That woman's a frickin' hellhound. An actual, full-bore, bipedal, conscious, walking demon. Antichrist. Bible says there's many Antichrists, folks, but she's a walker. I mean, she's full possessed. And that demon lets out of there, she hits the ground. That's the FBI. They've been around her. Secret Service. They people have nightmares. They crap their pants. They want off the detail. I'm going to stop right there. I told you this stuff months ago, and now it's in the news. I don't know whether it's some super mental illness or whether interdimensional crap's real or whatever. The point is, people that have been around her start crying. Now, let's get into the headlines here. Let me just show everybody thinks this is a big joke. All of you out there at Mother Jones and everywhere else making jokes about this and places like Salon, when you're not writing articles about how great pedophilia is and some sicko, how he desires 5-year-old girls. I mean, they got some freaky stuff. This is who these people are. And they think it's all funny. What's happening at the Catholic Church and what's going on with Sandusky. I think it's funny. So let's continue. Let's go through this for you right now. This is WorldNet Daily. Source, FBI has evidence Hillary visited Orgy Island. That's today. Here's the Washington Post. The time Bill and Hillary Clinton went to a voodoo ceremony in Haiti. I'm going to actually get to where he says they got married there. They had their honeymoon there. They got honeymoon there, not married. And how he loves to have the spirits, good and evil, enter him. And how well, that's his world religion. Not only have you voodoo, sacrifice children. Eric Prince, NYPD, ready to make arrests in Anthony Weiner case. Hillary flying to the pedophile island. High-level federal and state law enforcement and city law enforcement sources. Trafficking of children. And, I mean, you look at Weiner, you look at Abedin, my God. Are they not central casting if you're making a Hollywood movie about folks in a white van? But they do it with immigrant children. Why do you think they're all into this immigrant trade, folks? Good God. Good Lord. And the word is, Weiner's like a Renfield for Dracula. He just kind of stumbles around all day. And again, a lot of people that work for these people were abused themselves. They're real, if somebody's been really hardcore abused, they're almost like retarded. They're just kind of like, and this is well known out there. And then they're like the servants of the abusers. FBI agents, Hillary is the Antichrist personified. Mentioned that. That's out of the Hill, and that's out of the Guardian. And they keep asking, they go, what do you mean Antichrist? You mean figure? They go, no, Antichrist. They go, what? They go, she's evil. Okay, let's continue. Never heard the FBI talk like that before, have you? Because this stuff's real, folks. This stuff happens. This is the takeover of the United States, okay? Now, before I go any further, let's just give you some more background here. Let's go to these articles. Julian Assange, and I've got clips of him doing a new interview today coming up. America press supports demon Hillary Clinton. And Bill calls her a demon. He wants to, quote, put our necks all in a noose if she gets in. Okay? Here's another one. This is the Washington Post I mentioned from 1996. Book says Hillary talks to the dead. It says that it calms her, but that she'll talk to anybody but Jesus Christ. Of course, it's a demon. And then it goes through how she does it. And we have an article breaking it down. Flashback, occultic Hillary summons the dead, refuses to speak to Christ. Hillary was attending a satanic church, says Clinton Insider. Now, here's Bill Clinton's book, page 312, 313, and 314. Show this to TV viewers. This is the book, My Life, the Early Years. He goes into how I was particularly intrigued by voodoo and culture, to which I had some limited exposure in New Orleans and existed alongside Catholicism in Haiti. So they went and they got their honeymoon there, and then he talks about practicing chemical engineer until his voodoo priest grandfather in his deathbed chose Max to succeed him. He explains that in voodoo, God is manifest to humans through spirits that represent forces of light and darkness, good and evil, which are more or less in balance. After Hillary, Dave and I finished our brief course in voodoo theology. We were escorted back to an open area and seated, and he goes through voodoo rituals he conducts and how he enjoyed the spirits. Now, I'm going to continue here for you. Just let's get all this out in the open, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Secret Service and FBI. Grown men breaking down and crying. And being forced, as corrupt as they've been and the problems that have been there in the government, to finally tell the truth. Spirit cooking. Clinton campaign chairman invited to a bizarre satanic performance, which they admit he attended, where they drink semen, blood, urine, and more, and then pour blood on effigies of small babies and worship Baphomet. And they admit this is from Aleister Crowley in their own admissions. And that's just what they publicly are up to. The New York Times did a review of it, strangely enough, November 1st, about how wonderful this lady is, who is a priestess of Aleister Crowley. Reportedly the most wicked man to ever live. So, There's that little enchilada for you. I want to see 10 million viewers tune in over the 50-plus hours, and that's where you come in. You are the heart and blood of the InfoWar. If you spread the link to Infowars.com/show and point out that this is the alternative new media, this is the rebellion, then all of you are riding right beside us, not behind us. So spread the word, my Paul Reveres, no matter where you live in the world. To information warfare arms, the globalists are coming, and they will be met on the field. That woman's a frickin' hellhound. An actual, full-bore, bipedal, conscious, walking demon. Antichrist. Bible says there's many Antichrists, folks, but she's a walker. I mean, she's full possessed. And that demon lets out of there, she hits the ground. That's the FBI. They've been around her. Secret Service. They people have nightmares. They crap their pants. They want off the detail. I'm going to stop right there. I told you this stuff months ago, and now it's in the news. I don't know whether it's some super mental illness or whether interdimensional crap's real or whatever. The point is, people that have been around her start crying. Now, let's get into the headlines here. Let me just